Ellie keeps Dina is fanfiction? Nope, says Hallie Gross, narrative lead on The Last of Us Part 2. Remember this fan art? It's by David Blott. He draws for Naughty Dog. Dave's concept was drawn for promoting the release of The Last of Us Part 2. All of the new game's promotions hinted that Ellie wearing Dina's bracelet meant she would be seeking revenge on Dina's killers. It was so convincing that most people didn't notice Ellie was holding Joel's gun. We now know that Naughty Dog was misdirecting players about the game's plot. Here's a quote from Neil Druckmann, the game's co-creator and director, about the usefulness of misdirecting audiences. "I hope the game, sticks with them. The worst thing that could happen in my eyes would be like, yeah, okay, that was it. And just move on and never discuss it again." So here is that art piece again. If you've played the game, or watched enough cutscene videos, you can spot the misdirections that Naughty Dog had Dave draw. The new game seemed to end with Ellie returning to an empty home. Players wondered, does Ellie end up alone? Many players say, yes. But to say yes, means to ignore details in a Naughty Dog game. Details that the game's director, Neil Druckmann, put into its narrative and design that actually answer the question. 1. The game isn't in chronological order, so the first time we learn that Ellie has already made up with Joel is in this conversation that she has with Maria. 2. The sequence where Ellie sings to Dina is missable. That's intentional, to get players to play more than once to catch this detail, that is referenced later by Dina on their farm. 3. Ellie wearing Dina's bracelet, again. Players who checked Ellie's backpack know that this artifact is not in her inventory in Santa Barbara. It was therefore left at the farm. Ellie couldn't have it here if Dina didn't give it to her after Santa Barbara. 4. Redesigned Dina and JJ. JJ is drawn bigger and Dina's hair is different. Ellie can't know these changes unless she has seen them since leaving the farm. In their games, redesigning characters is a device Naughty Dog uses to show the passing of time. 5. Ellie's green jacket is suddenly in the bedroom. If this is Ellie's first time back to the farm, who hung it here? Perhaps Dina hung it there and then left it? Not likely, since the game shows us that all of Ellie's other things have been put in the art studio, presumably by Dina. Anna passed her green jacket down to Ellie. 6. Dina leaves clean linen for Ellie. Is Dina still doing Ellie's laundry? The game goes out of its way to show Dina washing clothes. We see why in its epilogue. Clean bedding indicates that either Dina expected Ellie to return to the farm, or that Ellie has been living at the farm since her return from California, and Dina has been supplying linen to Ellie while she is there. If this is Ellie's first time back to the farm, then she didn't put them there. Could Dina have just left them behind? Not likely, since the game shows us that Dina has left dresser drawers open in her apparent clean sweep of everything valuable in the home. It's unlikely that she would clear out even the smallest things, but then leave some of her linen, pillows, and shower curtains behind. 7. Riley's pun books. Ellie will never leave these behind. Ellie is coming back to this room. 8. Joel approving of Ellie and Dina's mutual interest in each other. Turns out it's Ellie who's lucky to have Dina. In the game's last flashback, Ellie opts to go to Joel instead of staying with Dina. It's the first time we see that Ellie has always prioritized her relationship with Joel. That is something Dina has always understood. During the conversation, Joel acknowledges Ellie's sexuality. His view of this was a big concern for her, and correctly observes that Ellie likes Dina. It's this conversation about Dina that sparks the honest conversation about Salt Lake City, and Joel telling Ellie that her life is the most important thing to him. This satisfies her, and their healing begins. Also, Joel may have been right about Ellie and Dina, but he was wrong about other things. Druckmann's most revealing comment about the ending of the game was this quote: "At the end of Part 2, Ellie's where Joel was at the start of this game." At the start of Part 2, Ellie has overslept from a night that we later learn was spent starting a new phase in her relationship with Dina, and starting to reconcile with Joel. So at the start of Part 2, Joel and Ellie were reconciled. And at the end of Part 2, Ellie and Dina are reconciled. Here's an equally revealing quote from Hallie Gross about the ending: "The hope that we see in this game is largely from investing in relationships. We see that when Ellie and Dina build their farm. To me, the hope is putting energy towards positive investments, which I think is also true in real life, for us every day. So, it's canon. Ellie keeps Dina."